Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Nathan from MyCryptoParadise, and in this video we will be looking at the ZRX, which is one of the DeFi coins and the liquidity providers. We will jump through that in a second, but right now let's start with the coin 360 and look at the general market sentiment. And what we have is the Bitcoin below $60,000, which is an extremely strong psychological resistance. And overall, as long as price is below, there could be some bearish pressure, there could be some consolidation going on, but overall the sentiment remains bullish, but very important to watch the 60K level. So all in all, Bitcoin is up 0.02%. Well, it's just at the same spot. Ethereum slightly down. We can see across the board the sentiment is mixed. Most coins are either in green or red, so no clarity, no clear direction at this point. But in our video we will look at the ZRX and try to understand whether there is potential and how far price might be going. So we will look at the multiple time frames the same way as we did in our last video. Jumping to the coin market cap, the ZRX is ranked number 77 with the total market cap $1,164,000,000. It's not at the top, but still it's pretty high ranking considering it is in the top 100. Looking at the last 7 days chart, the price is bullish, although it has been consolidating for the past 3 days. Comparing to other coins, we can see similar price action. Some are going good, like Dent, but all in all, the market is kind of consolidating before the next big move. Okay, let's start with the ZRX on the weekly time frame. And what we see here is that there was this formation of this resistance and multiple times it got rejected. But back on May 4th, 2020, there was break and close above this level. Not much higher, but still it was above on the weekly time frame. This confirmed that bulls are taking over, and in fact they did. Price has been consolidating, then we had this one rise, pullback, and yet another. So this could have been the beginning of this major uptrend in the long run. And based on the technique that we shared with you in one of our previous videos, we're aiming for this resistance at 1027.2% Fibonacci retracement level at $2.33. This Fibs was applied to this pullback after we actually had the breakout, and it was the first pullback after we had the bottom formation. We can also spot this bounce of the 50 simple moving average, which hasn't been broken, forming a strong support near $0.33. In fact, we had this clean bounce of the moving average, after which we see the price going exponential. So there is still a bullish trend which might result in further growth, and from this point it could be a 50 or 55% increase in price. In our next charts we will discuss the importance of this resistance. Let's move to the next chart, which is a 2-day chart. On this chart, this is a logarithmic chart, we have the price moving within the ascending channel. There was this rejection of the top of the channel, which certainly resulted in a bearish pressure, and this is exactly what happened. So right now, price could be heading for the middle of this trend line or even towards the bottom of the channel once again, considering that we had this bounce of the channel. So there are several scenarios. Either price will consolidate or it will start moving up. In the worst case scenario, if this low will get broken, we might be retesting this bottom of the channel near $0.63. But considering this formation of this double bottom and twice the 200 simple moving average got rejected, this remains a heavily bullish trend. Now, if price will manages to start moving up, we have applied another Fibs to this pullback where the channel got rejected. This was the clean bounce of the channel, the last bounce. So we used this pullback, and it shows that we have two Fibs now at $2.33, which is 1027.2 and 961.8% Fibonacci retracement level, which makes it a very important resistance area. And perhaps if price will start moving up fast, then we might be aiming for the top of the channel once again. And this makes this resistance area extremely important target for the bulls. Moving on to the 16-hour chart, where we have this bounce of the Fibonacci. So this is 61.8 Fips applied to this corrective move. We had this clean bounce. The closing price was right at this level, 61.8 Fips, which is $1.69. Price managed to produce the high at 174.60. Nonetheless, there was this pullback. All in all, we have the simple uptrend trend line, which hasn't been tested yet, and there is a potential that price will make a move such as this one. On the other hand, if this will be a break below the trend line, it is likely that the price will travel towards the support at $1.13 to test the 200 moving average. But all in all, what we have is the bounce of the moving average, then we had the break and close above this resistance, and now we're having the bounce of the moving average yet again. So this is still a bullish sentiment, and we are stuck between this support and between this resistance, which is likely to result in some sort of consolidation. And before we continue, let me share with you some of the most recent trades that we gave to the Paradise Family VIP members. The most recent trades is Cody. As you can see, this was the original signal, multiple targets with the buy zone and hard stop loss. The target 1 has been reached in just 1 day and 12 hours. The drawdown was minimal, so this trade is already secured with a stop loss at the break even, and we expect much further price increase. Scrolling up, another trade is SXP. Nearly perfect entry, literally zero drawdown, and target 3 has been tested. Besides, this was a zero risk trade since the point where we have reached target 1, so just waiting for the final target at $445. And just another one, CRV. We had the entry where we had some drawdown, not much, which is normal considering the risk reward ratio, which is huge. The target 1 has been also tested, then stop loss at the break even. At that point, it was a zero risk trade, and obviously we just had to wait for more profits. So price went up and reached target 2 and target 3. So we're left with the final target 4 at $3.26. Also another awesome trade. You can also join Paradise VIP results channel and follow all the trade setups that we shared with the Paradise Family VIP members and see exactly how we trade. Time to move on to the ZRX at the 4-hour chart. And on this chart, we have two triangles, the small triangle within the big one. And as we can see, price did break above the first triangle and has reached the top of the second one. So basically the trend line got rejected. There was no clear break and close above, and price went down. So the uptrend trend line got rejected, as you can see, after this pullback. And what we have? Basically the resistance formed at 174 and the support formed at 141. This means that there is no bullish pressure at the moment, and price could be consolidating between this support and resistance. It is very important that there will be this break above the resistance, which most likely will result in an uptrend towards 233. Now, on the other hand, what we have is the bounce of the moving average as well as the uptrend trend line, and if price will manages to break and close below the support at 141, then there is possibility for further selling pressure, which can send easily price to $125 support. This support is basically the previously made low established back on March 15th, 2021. So bulls will be waiting for the break above this resistance, bears will be waiting for the break above this support, and most likely this support, which is the key level to watch. Moving on to the 3-hour chart, price is moving within the ascending channel. So this is the bullish pattern clearly. We had this resistance near $142. This resistance got broken and price reached the top of the channel, bounced back and rejected the previous area of resistance. So it clearly becomes the support. There was the bounce along with the support of the 200 simple moving average. So very important support level for the ZRX. Besides, we also had the break above the trend line, simple downtrend trend line, which shows that the bullish pressure still intact. Having said that, price remains also within the descending channel, which is a minor descending channel, and there is a possibility of this move to the downside towards the bottom of the major ascending channel. On the other hand, bulls are likely to wait for the break above the descending channel. This is the first sign that the bullish pressure is there, and therefore break to the upside holds slightly higher probability at this point in time. To summarize, ZRX is stuck within the support and resistance. The bullish pressure is still valid, still ongoing, but there must be a break above the resistance in order to confirm further growth. Prior to that, the risk of the break below the support remains. Alright, that's all for today, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to take it easy and smooth, and see you all next time.